Again, 2024 is a very eventful year. It's a crazy year. But almost at the end, I feel a little bit sad, right? So only thing I can comfort myself is during this year, I teach Shakespeare to my students of different ages. My wonderful student Emily is only what?
Wow.
12-year-old and sixth grader in the best private school in Houston, which is St. John's. Okay, in St. John's, they always teaching 12th night at eighth grader level. And it's a high school level book, of course, 12th night, one of the best Shakespeare comedy. It's a lot of fun. Of course, most of the students, 95% will say it's boring, but we conquer it with good humor. And I'm very thankful over the years. My students tolerate me and parents tolerate me to teach Shakespeare. Why that's important? Give you one example, Emily. One of my students was interviewed for college, a very prestigious college. And
What college was it?
students, I'm not going to tell you its privacy, but it's one of the top tier university. And this student eventually want to go to law school.
Harvard.
Yeah, Harvard Law School, eventually. And of course, high school are always nervous, right? Nervous, you want to go to the college. And they happen to talk about she loves Shakespeare. And the interviewer from that Ivy League college, I teach Shakespeare in college. So they talk about the Shakespeare for 45 minutes. At the end, they say, we want you. It's only 15 minutes interview. At the most 20 minutes. So after 45 minutes talking about Twelfth Night, Hamlet, Othello, so on and so forth. And she just told her, we want you, get ready to come to our university. So for that reason, my wonderful students who endure with me to learn Shakespeare original language, original book, impress us. Come here, Emily.
Yeah.
Just smile and tell us why you can endure this book. Go.
Why? Or do I just talk about
Yeah,
it?
talk about the book. Talk about the book. Anything about this book. Go.
Okay. So basically, in the beginning, um, it's Duke Orsino who's like the Duke in Illyria tells his servants about his love for this Countess Olivia who's like not parents, her dad and her brother died, so she's like lonely and sad and refuses to date anyone and yeah, just like boring. And so yeah, in C2, we find out about this girl named Viola, who's this girl from another like island country thing. And so we realize that she just survived a shipwreck, and she finds out that she's on Illyria, which is new for her. And she thinks that her brother, her twin brother Sebastian, is dead. Not, she's not. He's not. And this captain of some ship tells her about Orsino, Duke Orsino, and she's like, "Oh, I want to work for this guy and like disguise myself as a boy because like there's nothing better to do in the world." And yeah, end of scene two. In scene three, we get introduced to Olivia's uncle, which is Sir Toby Belch, and he's like an absolute like weird guy. He's like drunk, he's fat. Um, yeah, just weird. Stay away from him. We also get introduced to his friend, Sir Andrew Aguecheek, which is like even weirder than Sir Toby, because he has like a huge all ego and stupider than Sir Toby. And we also get introduced to Maria, which is Olivia's maid, and literally like not as dumb as the other two male people, because she's just better, like built better. And we find out how dumb Andrew really is because apparently he wastes money and he's like not funny at all. He has like dry humor. Um, yeah. And the next few scenes, like we see Olivia joking around with Festi, which is her jester. And that's when we learned, oh, like her brother died. She's sad. She doesn't want to date anyone. And she literally knows about how Orsino likes her, but like doesn't care because she has no interest in him. And yeah, it's just kind of sad. So after that scene, we realize we go to like another scene in the another like beach somewhere in Illyria, and we realize that Sebastian is still alive. Um, he makes friends with this guy named Antonio who like Duke Orsino hates, like absolutely like dislikes, just like weird, awe. And well, he's not that weird. He's actually not that bad. And he becomes friends with Sebastian, and he decides to help him. And so they become like best buds or something. And so good for them. Like next, we learn so we see Toby, Festi, and Sir Andrew having another party. Yeah, that's literally their entire life, being drunk and partying. So that's what they're doing now. And of course, per usual, they're talking about like stupid things. So yeah. And after that, all right, like they're just partying, right? And then Malvolio comes and like decides to disrupt the entire party because he's being like, oh, well, I don't want to curse, so yeah. And then we learn about Malvolio. He's like Olivia's like not man, but like a servant for him, but like advisor or something that like no one really cares about because he's like ignorant and like stupid, but he's not that stupid. He's like less stupid than Toby and like Andrew, but he's kind of weird. And of course, per usual, because like apparently all boys here do, they love Olivia. And so here's the thing. So in scene two, I forgot to mention this, but well, I'm not sure if I don't think it was scene two, but like one scene, scene three, I don't know. Earlier, Viola dressed as Cesario, her new like servant name, like because she works for Duke Orsino now, went to visit Olivia to to tell her about his love for her, and then Olivia's like, no, no, I'm not talking to you, and then she eventually accepts her, but then she becomes falling in love with Cesario because he's like young and cute, except he's actually a girl, which is Viola. So like that's just kind of weird. So now we have like a whole love triangle between um Orsino likes Olivia, Olivia likes Cesario, and apparently like Viola likes Cesario. Like what? This is interesting. So yeah, that's what I have so far. Um cough cough break. Basically, I think that's all I read so far. So that's it. Thanks for listening.